We got news! Okay, so scheduled updates for September. These are for the Korean server, so you can somewhat expect most of the stuff to come out in global as well. Some will probably come out earlier, some will come out later on, like October, maybe November. But yeah, this is new stuff that's happening and we'll look into it because there's quite some exciting stuff in here. So starting with the world boss. Damn those ties though. Okay, so world boss is added. The first world boss is the Other World Alloy Solarian. This is probably a very scuffed translation from the Korean language, but yeah, it looks like a summoner plus 15 different monsters will be used in the battle. In addition, there will be capture reward, so most likely some sort of reward for beating it. And there will also be rankings selected based on which raid is completed first, which I'm not sure how it's gonna work because which raid is completed first? That would, I mean, isn't there one raid? I don't know, that's kind of weird. And then there's also ranking rewards paid on a weekly basis, so yeah, more weekly rewards. If it's based on anything like it was in Sky Arena, I believe crystals were the weekly rewards there, so hopefully we see more crystals, right? Yeah, well, we'll see whenever it comes out in Korea, we will be testing it out. Also, mythical weapons, so 6 new mythical weapons and sub-weapons. So I'm seeing 5 right here, but basically this is the Foggy one, Mythos one, Naraka. This looks like Seal to me, at least from the Kino stuff. I know Kino stuff looks very similar to that. And this is the Twisted Marsh. I think we're missing the Farakel, but that should be the 6th one. And yeah, it can be obtained through crafting. There will be upgrade recipes for it. There are already some upgrade recipes for the accessories, so this should be just the next upgrade for all weapons and sub-weapons once you reach level 7 blacksmithing. Also, summoner, it says emblems, but this is basically the symbols that you can equip at level 70. So previously we only had the white and green tiers, now it looks like they are expanding all the way up to legendary level, and the green tier already costs quite a lot. I believe it costs like 6 transcendence materials of each color, so yeah, you can expect the legendary one to craft to cost what, maybe like up to 50 each would be my guess, because like the blue one would be double that, so around 12. Purple maybe double that, around 25, and legendary perhaps 50, so yeah, start saving. If you just transcended to level 70, which will become level 80 quite soon, you are gonna want to start saving these, because I can imagine these will be a very big boost. The green ones are already massive. I think equipping all 4 of them gave me like 10k power worth of stats, so I can only imagine legendaries will at least double that. Also some changes to TOA, which is interesting. So instead of having 200 floors, it will be now 100 floors. And it seems like they are changing so the difficulty level is changed from the 200th floor to the 20th floor, and separate compensation is given. I don't know if they are referencing TOA normal being 100 or TOA hard being 20, or maybe it's sort of a deal where you pass the 200th floor once and then it goes down to 20 floors. It's very confusing because look at this. The maximum number of floors on the normal level of towers is changed from 200 to 100. So yeah, TOA normal down to 100, right? And the total acquisition compensation is paid in addition to the existing 200th floor compensation. So basically, this means that the rewards will be equal, right? It will you will have less levels, but the rewards should remain, including the hard level compensation. So are you getting TOA hard rewards by completing TOA normal? That's a bit confusing. And the difficulty level is changed from the 200th floor to the 20th floor. So is it just the difficulty? Is there only gonna be 20 floors? Like, it's very, very confusing in this part. And in the case of the difficulty level, rankings are selected in order of quick attack, and new hair ornaments and titles are given at the end of the season. So, So previously, there were, I think, titles given for the fastest times on some of these, and I know the first person who completes both normal and hard got a title of some sort. So I will be interested to see what these rewards are. So here ornaments will be some kind of an outfit piece, most likely just a decoration, not one that gives any sort of a boost to your stats. And some kind of a title, although I'm very confused how they will rank it for top 3, right? We'll see. Now, Seal is getting the same treatment as Raids. It will become, well, you can still do it in team mode, basically in a party. But if you do it solo, you will get a certain buff from the little NPC thingy, right? Like with solo raids, you get a lot of attack and some defense and HP. Looks like you will get some sort of a boost if you're doing it solo as well. Previously, they did mention that Seal, if you're playing solo, will be a 12 monster mode. However, that isn't mentioned here, so maybe they changed my mind, we'll see. And also, some of you will like this. If you do it in a party, you will get bonus rewards, so I'm assuming this is gonna be very similar to how party raids work right now, so you can do it solo, but if you're doing it in a party, you get a small boost of gold, sky stones, and tokens for that raid. So perhaps we will see some, I don't know, gold, maybe runes, and a token, a few tokens from the Seal shop if you are doing it in a party. There will also be some sort of a practice mode with NPCs in the regular arena of challenge, or basically challenge arena. So still unsure whether these will give the rewards or if they will be at all similar to what rival battles are in the Sky Arena game, where you can actually get some crystals as well. But yeah, there will be some sort of a practice mode for you to test out your teams. And also, big exciting news, new monster. Not a new monster type, this is already an existing monster, but a wind harp magician, Triana, will be added to the illusion garden. Let's look at the skills, whether they are at all similar to the summoner's guide. So the wind harp magician is a support type monster that puts multiple targets to sleep. Okay, so already different, and increases skill cooldowns to the maximum. Wait, multiple targets to sleep, cool. Increases skill levels or skill cooldowns to the maximum. Full cooldown reset, I can only hope that is single target. Cleanses all debuffs on one team member and recovers HP of all allies within range and grants immunity. So the healing skill is the same as Sky Arena. Sleep to multiple targets though, that is something different. In arena and siege battles, when summons receive lethal damage, they use an additional healing song skill while negating the damage and granting endurance. So, looks like the passive, yeah, it's gonna be pretty similar passive to what it was in Sky Arena. Whenever a monster dies, and keep in mind this mentions summons, so monsters only, this does not include the summoner, most likely. When a monster dies, she will play her healing ability, so probably gonna be skill 1, skill 2. Grants immunity, heals, and grants endure. So looks like sort of a copy of a Dark One's passive actually. I think the Dark One gives attack buff instead of like immunity, but yeah. Another decent safety option for that. We'll have to see what happens when it comes out. And I know a lot of you will be excited about this. A water attribute Beast Rider will be added to the monster study. This means you will be able to get the water Beast Rider completely for free. That's right, and looks like in the Korean server will be added at the end of September. That's probably when we can expect these Beast Riders to come out in general. I would assume they will release both of them, both the story and the banners at once. Apart from that, a lot of amazing quality of life features. First of all, there will be an event for Transcendence materials, especially if you're struggling, and this should be an amazing help for you to acquire those legendary symbols as well. There is also a training scarecrow placed in the guild hideout. This means that Probably the goal of this is for your guild to group up and to practice for the guild raid. You can see the damage that you are able to deal, the debuffs that you are applying. Maybe that way you are able to see whether you're missing any sort of debuffs or anything like that. So I'd say this is an awesome quality of life feature. And yeah, more of these convenience, and I'm actually gonna read through these because these are that big. In the case of subquests conducted as a summoner in the second round, you can complete them by paying certain amount of crystals. This refers to area quests, the ones that are marked in the blue box, I believe. So yeah, not only you will be able to skill the main quest, but also the subquests. And in most cases, the story mode isn't that problematic. I would say this will be super useful for Kaslan quests, where you have to do certain raids, especially like Farakel. You need to do it like what, 15 times, you need to do seal like 40 times, so skipping these is a huge help. Also, there will be a total of 1000 rune slots, and these will be divided to equipped and unequipped. Means that unequipped runes will be stored in one storage, and all of the runes that are currently equipped on your monsters will be stored in another. So even if you only have like 200 equipped, you will be able to equip some of your trash units with runes. That way the runes that are unequipped will be transferred to the equipped storage, and you will have way more space. Also, this is, I know, a very popular and heavily requested feature. Summon present function is added, assigning your favorite pet, well, this refers to the summoner, or rather the monster, to a preset makes it easier to swap. So with this, I'm assuming that you will be able to save a certain rune set on that unit and quickly get back to it if the runes have changed. So this is what I'm assuming, of course, and if that's the case, this should make guild sieges way easier, because currently it's a pain doing guild siege. You have to switch all of your runes for your attack, and then after attack you have to quickly switch them back so that your defense is not unruined. With this, hopefully it makes switching way easier. And yeah, apart from those, a few more functions or a few more quality of life updates that are worth noting will be being able to set the range of where you are AFK farming. So for example, if you only want to hit a certain creature, maybe only a boss, you will be able to somehow set it up just to hit that boss and not walk around in a very huge perimeter. Also, a save point has been added to the Sunken Ruins and Road of Oblivion. This means that you will not need to go through all of the trash waves again. And for both of those dungeons, you will be able to just fight the boss, which is probably the thing no one asked for, and it's like the best feature ever. Like, what? That's amazing. That's amazing. And the ability to freely use your skills in the training area. So you will be able to test out big damage with a lot of debuffs, all of that, without waiting for your mana to regen, for your skill cooldowns to regen, all of that. And yeah, that's about it. As you can see here, at the end of September, a new town, a new dungeon will be added with balance adjustments, new summons, beast riders, and main quests will be added as well. And yeah, that's about it for the updates that are coming. I'm assuming most of these updates will most likely come out on the second week, so next week from now, which will be the 14th, I believe. Yeah, for the 14th, we will most likely get like half of these updates. My guess would be World Boss and probably the weapons, probably TRA maybe. And for the rest of the week or of the month, so on the 28th, we will most likely get the Beast Riders, because I feel like the... Wait, is the Paladins... No, it's the Phoenixes now, and the Phoenix banner still lasts for quite a while, so most likely we'll not get it next week, but yeah, you can expect Beast Riders to come out on the 28th. And yeah, that's about it, and peace.